Spider. You know something? When I was about, 6, 7 years old, I didn't read too much. I was out playing ball every day. Baseball in the summertime, football in the fall. And I only read when I had to. And when it was raining, or when I was sick, had to stay home. But I never read poetry. I always thought poetry was kind of like for sissies or something like that, Yeah, I want to read some poems to you now, written by a man who wrote Treasure Island, Robert Louis Stevenson. It's called A Child's Garden of Verses. He says, the world is so full of a number of things. I'm sure we should all be as happy as kings. All night long, and every night, when my mama puts out the light, I see the people marching by, as plain as day before my eye. Armies and emperors and kings, all carrying different kinds of things, and marching in so grand a way you never saw the like by day. So fine a show was never seen at the great circus on the green. For every kind of beast and man is marching in that caravan. At first they move a little slow, but still the faster on they go. And still beside them, close I keep, until we reach the town of sleep. Bum. Here's another one. Great is the sun, and wide he goes through empty heaven without repose. And in the blue and glowing days, more thick than rain, he showers his rays. Though closer still the blinds we pull to keep the shady parlor cool, yet he'll find a chink or two to slip his golden fingers through. The dusty attic, spider-clad, he through the keyhole maketh glad. And through the broken edge of tiles into the ladded hayloft smiles. Meantime his golden face around he bears to all the garden ground, and sheds a warm and glittering look among the ivy's inmost nook. Above the hills, along the blue, round the bright air with footing true, to please the child, to paint the rose, the gardener of the world, he goes. There are so many in this book, it's hard to, pick the ones you like, but perhaps when you get the book, you'll like some that I didn't pick. A birdie with a yellow bill hopped upon the windowsill, cocked his shining eye, and said, "Ain't you shamed, you sleepyhead?" Now, speaking of sleep, from breakfast on through all the day, at home among my friends I stay. But every night I go abroad, afar into the land of Nod. All by myself I have to go, with none to tell me what to do. All alone beside the streams and up the mountain sides of dreams. The strangest things are there for me, both things to eat, things to see, and many frightening sights abroad till morning in the land of Nod. Now try as I like to find the way, I never can get back by day, nor can remember plain and clear the curious music that I hear. This is when you're ill, when you're lying at home in the bed. Think of this one. When I was sick and lay abed, I had 2 pillows at my head, and all my toys beside me lay to keep me happy all the day. And sometimes for an hour or so, I watched my leaden soldiers go, with different uniforms and drills among the bedclothes through the hills. And sometimes I sent my ships in fleets, all up and down among the sheets. Or I brought my trees and houses out and planted cities all about. I was the giant. great and still, that sits upon the pillow hill and sees before him dale and plain, the pleasant land of counterpane. Dark brown is the river, golden is the sand. It flows along forever with trees on either hand. Green leaves are floating, castles of the foam. Boats of mine are boating. Where will all come home? On goes the river out past the mill, away down the valley, away down the hill, way down the river, 100 miles or more. Other little children shall bring my boats ashore. Here we have one. Oh, yes, this one you don't go to school when it's raining. The rain is raining all around. It falls on field and tree. It rains on the umbrellas here and on the ships at sea. You know, a child should always say what's true and speak when he's spoken to and behave mannerly at table, at least as far as he's able. Of speckled eggs the birdie sings and nests among the trees. The sailor sings of ropes and things in ships upon the seas. The children sing in far Japan. The children sing in Spain. The organ with the organ man is singing in the rain. Look at all those stars. The lights from the parlor and kitchen shone out through the blinds and the windows and bars. And high overhead, and all moving about, there were thousands of millions of stars. And there were such thousands of leaves on a tree, nor of people in church or the park, as the crowds of the stars that looked down upon me, and that glittered and winked in the dark. The dog, and the plow, and the hunter, and all, and the star of the sailor, and Mars. These shone in the sky, and the pail by the wall would be half full of water and stars. They saw me at last, and they chased me with cries, and they soon had me packed into bed. But the glory kept shining and bright in my eyes, and the stars kept going round in my head. These are some of my favorites. You'll find others, I'm sure. Oh, here's one I like. In winter, I get up at night and dress by yellow candlelight. In summer, it's quite the other way. I have to go to bed by day. I have to go to bed and see the birds still hopping on the tree, or hear the grown-up people's feet still going past me in the street. It doesn't seem hard to you when all the sky is clear and blue, and I should like so much to play, to have to go to bed by day. The moon has a face like a clock on the hall. She shines on thieves on the garden wall, on streets and fields and harbor keys, and birdies asleep in the forks of trees. The squalling cat, and the squeaking mouse, the howling dog by the door of the house, the bat that lies in bed at noon, they all love to be out by the light of the moon. But all of the things that belong to the day cuddle to sleep to be out of her way. And flowers and children close their eyes till up in the morning the sun shall rise.